YouTube booming. Hey guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Buy some merchandise at Too Much Game Podcast store. Let me go ahead and start my IG live. Let me add a title. Little pro tip on titles when you are doing an IG live. I put the title as "Share This Live." Maybe dudes would be nice enough to actually share it, so I could get some engagement. Have some people up in this thing. But again, as I say, buy some merchandise. Too Much Game Podcast store. Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Find me on all streaming platforms and all that good old shit. And let's start the show. Gunshots, bitch. A little late. And then there was bass. Good evening, motherfuckers and motherfuckers. This is your host, Uncle Dolemite, for the Too Much Game Podcast, live from the sanctuary once again. The funny shit is, like, everybody in podcasting been saying not to fuck with the topic because everybody in podcasting is touching the same fucking topic. But it's like, how could you not talk about this shit, my nigga? Like, literally, like, there's no fucking way. This shit is like the elephant in the room of the content game, my nigga. Like, you have to discuss this shit. You know, like, we all know what the fuck a motherfucker gonna talk about, but unlike a lot of motherfuckers, that's not finna be my whole episode. If y'all niggas want to hear me talk at length about what the fuck Will Smith did to Chris Rock, y'all niggas gonna have to, like, tune in to my IG live on the Uncle Dolemite Instagram page. I did like 2 lives about that shit, nigga. I did fucking the Monday Night Raw with that shit. I did Off Top Media. I did they Instagram live about that shit. Like, nigga, a few motherfuckers went live talking about this same exact shit. And I'm gonna give my 2 cents, right? But I'm not finna do my whole motherfucking hour-long show about this shit. Y'all niggas know how I get in. I take a fucking topic and then I turn that shit into a fucking teachable moment. What's going on, Friends with Benefits motherfucking podcast? My nigga Billy G. Williams in this bitch. What's going on to the super producer, Ty Naps, Uncomfortable Convo? I see y'all up in here. But yeah, nigga, like, you know what happened. There's different sides to the motherfucking, there's different sides of the spectrum. There's some people who are team Will. There's some people who team Chris Rock. Me personally, nigga, I gotta be team Chris Rock on this one. Number one, Chris Rock is one of my favorite comedians. I've said this shit on multiple occasions. To me personally, Chris Rock is one of the top 5 comedians in history. A lot of niggas don't give that nigga his props, but that nigga's a fucking genius. But just the way that this shit got handled, my nigga, this nigga fucking Will Smith pussy whooped to the highest motherfucking degree, dog. And not in no good way. You know, because I've been married before, nigga. There's a difference between in love and pussy whoop. There's a difference between defending your woman and being pussy whoop. There's a big ass difference between doing the right thing and acting out of being pussy whoop. That was some pussy whoop behavior, my nigga. You know, like, one of the things as far as, like, a lot of the fake ass alpha males and shit, because, you know, one thing that I gotta say, and y'all know I'm a big supporter of women. You know, like, most of my motherfucking guests on here have been women and all that shit. You know, and I gotta have this conversation with a woman. A lot of women have, you know, talked about this shit, but we gotta stop allowing women to tell niggas what an alpha male is. You know, like, we gotta stop letting women tell niggas what alpha male behavior is. And this ain't no misogynistic shit. Don't get it fucked up. But as a man, when you defending your woman, you defend your woman to the best of your capabilities. You defend your woman by doing what you think is right. You don't defend your woman by doing what your woman tell you to do, my nigga. Because it's a lot of motherfucking situations where niggas is underground. It's niggas locked up behind doing what they woman said. it's a lot of women that like to stir the pot because they know that the nigga that they fucking with, they consider to be like a tough nigga. You know, sometimes women will do little shit or say little shit just to see how far they nigga will go for them. What's going on, Rosie, from the Rosie Perspective podcast? One of my podcast besties up in this motherfucker. The greatest of all time. Y'all nigga, shout out Rosie Perspective. Y'all go follow her. Go listen to her shit, nigga. She a beast. But yeah, like, a lot of times, nigga, a woman to put a nigga in a situation to do something that's completely out of his fucking character, and you can't allow a motherfucker to do that shit. You as an alpha male, sometimes you gotta stand up and say, look, I'ma handle it this way. Will he succumb to the pressure of, number one, social media tearing his motherfucking ass up, you know, being pussy whooped and all types of other shit, nigga? This nigga been the laughing stock of the world for like the last 2 years, and it's fucked up. And shout out to my nigga Ryan from Adventures with Pictures, Taylor Photos DMV and shit. Shout out, my nigga. My bad, I ain't acknowledging shit. But yeah, like, nigga, that shit is not fucking cool. Letting somebody get you so far out of your character that you do some shit that literally made the whole motherfucking community look stupid, my nigga. That shit is not cool, nigga. Especially because he laughed at the joke first. It just wasn't a good look, because it was like he was in his mode and then he looked and seen that she was pissed. And I understand that shit'll change your demeanor when you see your woman is not happy with some shit. Like, I completely get that, you know, when your woman ain't happy, number one, you not happy when your woman ain't happy. And number two, nigga, it's up to you to react in some way. Because like I've been telling women, I understand where y'all coming from. Well, he gotta do something. I completely agree, my nigga. If I'm somewhere, me and my wife at a motherfucking comedy club and a motherfucker crack a joke about my wife, of course, nigga, there's gonna be something. But at the end of the day, my nigga, the stage is fucking sacred, my nigga. You can't be jumping on stage every time a motherfucker say some shit about a motherfucker. That's literally that nigga job, is to make jokes, my nigga. Whether or not that shit disrespectful or respectful, nigga, you could have handled that shit in 1,000 different ways, my nigga. And he fucked that up. He fucked that up to the highest. He literally did the worst thing he could have possibly did, my nigga. And a lot of that shit is because that nigga's, besides being pussy whooped, he's just emotionally whooped, my nigga. That nigga's going through a lot of stress. Like, on some real shit, as much as I'm calling that nigga suckers and all of this shit, pray for Will, my nigga. You know, like, I'm going to end this whole little rant about what happened, because everything that had to be said been said. I'm only fulfilling my obligation as a content creator to talk about this shit for this little bit of time that I'm talking about this shit. But I'm finna close this shit with pray for motherfucking Will Smith, dog. You know, like, this be the shit that be happening. Like, we sit there and laugh at a motherfucking till that shit get too much for they ass, my nigga. We all know Will Smith is a strong motherfucker. Nigga, me personally, I consider Will Smith to be a fucking genius, my nigga. A absolute genius. Not just a genius in the realm of acting or, you know, comedy or any, nigga. He's a real life brilliant fucking man. But it's only so much a motherfucker could take emotionally. And I don't want to see nothing happen to this motherfucker. Like, shit like this, nigga, that's a cry for help, my nigga. That wasn't no gangster shit, nigga. That wasn't no player shit. That wasn't no, oh, nigga, I'd have did the same thing to defend my motherfucking woman. Nigga, you gonna put hundreds of millions of dollars on the line for a motherfucking joke, nigga? That shit was that shit was lightweight, my nigga. Will Smith done made off-color jokes about motherfuckers, nigga. That shit is not cool, dog. You know, but I'm putting that shit to rest, my nigga. What I wanted to talk about tonight, which is what I used that little tidbit for, was to open up a conversation of setting your motherfucking boundaries and enforcing your fucking boundaries, my nigga. You know, because the thing was, what Will Smith was trying to do was enforce a boundary. The boundary was, keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth, my nigga. Don't talk shit about my motherfucking wife, because this is a thing. Chris Rock made this joke like 6 years ago at the motherfucking Oscars, last time he hosted it, when they boycotted it. And he made a joke about Jada basically like hating on the Oscars, and she wasn't even invited to the motherfucker. Like, how you gonna boycott some shit you not invited to? So he done already cracked a joke about her. And we don't know what the fuck happened behind the scenes, because I done seen people say, oh, they done already talked about it. We don't know what the fuck went on, my nigga. I ain't seen their nigga show me no motherfucking evidence of that conversation being had. But at the same time, it is well understood that that nigga has made jokes about Jada already. So we can get that shit off the motherfucking table. So what I'm saying is, there was a motherfucking boundary that Will set. It's a line that you draw in the sand. And this goes beyond what the fuck happened between them two niggas. This is me talking to the motherfucker that's listening. The motherfucker that's on YouTube watching this shit. When you set boundaries, you don't allow no motherfucker to cross them motherfucking boundaries, my nigga. Once you draw your line in the sand, nobody crosses that motherfucker. Nobody, period. And I'm not saying this shit as like a, you gotta start slapping motherfuckers. Cause like I was saying, in all of these motherfucking situations, dog, everybody who I talked to, all the lives I did, all the group chats that I've been in, all the conversations and shit that I've done, I done said the same shit. This shit sets a bad fucking precedent for setting your motherfucking boundaries and enforcing them, my nigga. Because the thing is, y'all saying that it's cool to jump on stage and slap Chris Rock for a joke. So are we now saying that when we go to the improv and the motherfucker sitting in the front row and the nigga start cracking jokes on your girl, you supposed to hop up and slap the shit out of him? Is that what we gonna do? You know, Kevin Samuels makes jokes about black women all the time. Are we supposed to find Kevin Samuels and slap the shit out of him? You know, rappers talk about bitches and hoes all motherfucking day. Are we supposed to find these rappers and slap the shit out of them? Like, is this the precedent that we setting with behavior? When a motherfucker say something that offends us, it's like we gotta hop up and slap the shit out of motherfuckers now? Because that's what y'all saying when y'all condoning this nigga's fucking behavior. When motherfuckers are saying that he did what he was supposed to do. Nigga, that ain't what the fuck you supposed to do, my nigga. Like, who the fuck raised you niggas? You know, half the motherfuckers talking all that shit about how that motherfucker should have did some tough shit ain't never did no tough shit in their motherfucking life. You know, the only motherfucker who I give props for their motherfucking action in this shit is Chris Rock. Chris Rock handled himself as a motherfucking man. Chris Rock didn't motherfucking retaliate. That nigga did what the fuck he was supposed to do, nigga, because the greatest success is revenge, my nigga. Or the greatest revenge is success. That motherfucker got his motherfucking revenge, but I know you niggas done seen that shit because it's floating all over the internet. Nigga, the nigga price went up. The nigga tickets is flying off the shelves and the motherfucking prices is shooting through the roof. What's going on, Styles from the Brunch Hour Podcast? What's happening with you, my brother, from the other motherfucking East Coast? But yeah, nigga, Chris Rock handled this shit like a motherfucking G, my nigga. And the thing about Chris Rock, you know, like I said, I got immense respect for Chris Rock. I have great respect for how he handled himself. I have great respect that he showed restraint, because when y'all see when the nigga got hit, he kind of like, you know, cocked back like he was finna swing, and he stopped himself. And on some real shit, you know, something that I thought about recently, my nigga, Chris Rock ain't no tough nigga. So Chris Rock probably wasn't gonna do shit at all, my nigga, on some real. That's the reason that fucking Will Smith was so comfortable walking away and not looking over his shoulder. Which shows me that neither one of these niggas are tough in no fucking capacity. Because any nigga who done never been in a fight, no, nigga, once I put my hands on you, I can't turn my back on you unless you sleep or you incapacitated in some way. That nigga walked off like he knew that wasn't shit gonna happen. Just like when he walked up on Chris Rock. Chris Rock literally had his hands behind his back the whole time Will Smith was approaching him. Like, nigga, the last thing on his motherfucking mind was that some violence was finna fucking happen. You know, and that's the fucking thing. It's like, nigga, that shit was just a bad look. And it's like, I'm trying to avoid talking about that shit, but it's like, how could you not, my nigga? You know, but the thing is, like, I'm going back to what the fuck I'm saying about enforcing boundaries. Because the thing is, when it comes to enforcing boundaries, it don't always have to be violent. It shouldn't be violent at all. Violence should be the last motherfucking resort in any fucking situation when it comes to enforcing boundaries or anything otherwise, my nigga. You know, I've talked about this shit, nigga, since maybe episode 4, episode 5 or some shit. The episode was called Who's Your Real Enemy? It was like the beginning of this shit. And I was talking about my fucking methods of conflict resolution. My methods of enforcing boundaries, my methods of, if me and you gotta fucking lose contact over some shit, it's three motherfucking things: conversation, compensation, or separation. Violence is way the fuck in the back. Nigga, we should either be able to settle our beef through a conversation where we exchange ideas as grown ass men. This is how I felt, this is how you felt, and this is gonna be the resolution that we come to. Compensation, because a lot of times conflict happens when motherfuckers have a situation where one party owes the other party money. So somebody got to be compensated in some way, or somebody has wronged somebody, and the only way to repair that situation is a financial exchange. Conversation first, compensation next. Or separation, my nigga, because sometimes you can't settle a conflict with a motherfucker. So the best way to handle it is to separate from that person. And I understand that shit, my nigga. Sometimes you just gotta leave motherfuckers alone. Sometimes you just gotta stop fucking with motherfuckers. Sometimes you just gotta stop working with motherfuckers. You gotta distance yourself from the fucking situation, my nigga. Violence should be the last thing on your motherfucking mind. What you say, Taylor? What you think about women now saying my man need to handle shit like Will did at the Oscars? They need to chill the fuck out. Those are the same women who nigga end up in prison, and they the one fucking the nigga who the nigga beat up in the first place to go get locked up. You as a motherfucking alpha male, like an honest alpha male, not an internet alpha male, not a podcast alpha male. A real ass nigga that stand on his motherfucking principles. A real nigga who does what he motherfucking does because he does it the way he does it. You shouldn't allow no woman to dictate how you react in situations, my nigga. Nigga, she should have input. If somebody do some shit to your motherfucking woman, especially like, nigga, we gotta keep this shit in context. Nigga, this was a motherfucking joke. And it wasn't like this was one of them fucking jokes where you need to jump your ass on stage and slap the shit out of somebody. Because if Chris Rock would have made a joke about, let's just say like, oh nigga, I'm gonna be the next in line for the entanglement. Damn, she looking good than a motherfucker, nigga. I'm trying to get on that August program. By all means, slap the shit out this nigga. He's being blatantly disrespectful. He made the joke about her being bald headed, and that's fucked up. But there's also two sides of that motherfucking coin. Some people say he didn't even know that she had the condition. Other people were saying that the producers wrote that joke for him, because a lot of times, nigga, these niggas ain't writing their own jokes when they do these fucking specials. A lot of times these jokes are pre-written for him. He was probably just reading that motherfucking joke off a teleprompter. He just had the timing, so it looked like that was his joke. But at the same time, whether or not, my nigga, you allow humor to be humor, my nigga. As comedians, we all understand, or not we as comedians, because I'm not a motherfucking comedian, but at the same time, nigga, anybody who understands comedy knows, nigga, when it comes to comedy, nigga, you don't jump on no motherfucking stage because of no jokes, because these jokes ain't malicious, nigga. These jokes are meant to make people laugh. Whether you offended or not is fucking irrelevant. A lot of times the best humor comes when motherfuckers are offended. So it ain't your motherfucking job to jump on stage and put your hands on nobody. Wait till after that nigga finish doing his motherfucking job and you address him then. Anything other than that make you look fucking sorry, my nigga. You never fucking react off emotion. This is the thing when it comes to setting your motherfucking boundaries. When a motherfucker crosses your boundaries, you don't react emotionally. I always say this shit. I've been saying this shit since day one of this motherfucking podcast, nigga. You react off of strategy over emotion. You react off principle over emotion. You react off your motherfucking character, your integrity. You don't act off your motherfucking emotions, my nigga, because if you let your heart drive the car, you gonna crash every time. Nigga, you always react off intellect. Nigga, you set your motherfucking boundaries, number one, when it comes to setting the boundaries. You let everybody know what your boundaries are. in any motherfucking situation, whether that goes on how you're gonna be treated, how your woman gonna be treated, how your kids gonna be treated, and anything like that, my nigga. When you taking your kids to school, if it's certain shit you don't want motherfuckers saying to your kids, you tell them motherfuckers once you step on campus, look, these my kids. We don't play A, B, C, and D. And we not gonna let no motherfucking body get away with doing A, B, C, and D. Nigga, when you go into a room with motherfuckers when it comes to your motherfucking woman, because a lot of shit goes without being said. A lot of these boundaries that we have as people, they like unwritten rules, nigga. You know, like it's just certain shit a motherfucker just should know better not to do. But at the same time, sometimes there's some shit that you gonna have to let a motherfucker know. Like, nigga, it's just some shit that you don't fuck with and you don't play with. You know, like something that, you know, and I ain't went racial in a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up that motherfucking door. I don't let white people call me nigga. I don't give a fuck how many niggas you was raised around. I don't give a fuck if you was raised in the blackest projects, in the blackest part of the blackest city, in the blackest motherfucking neighborhood in the world. You not finna call me nigga, homie. You might call all your neighbors nigga, all your homies you went to school with nigga, all your friends. You can call all, don't call me nigga, homie. It's gonna be a fade. You know, that's my motherfucking boundary. Nobody's going to cross it, my nigga. And the thing is, nigga, a lot of times it don't have to come to violence. It's 1,000 ways you can handle shit without getting violent. You know, like if we're gonna use the example that's all standing in front of us. When it came to what Will did, nigga, Will could have went to 5 or 6 different things before he went to slapping on that motherfucker. Number one, the same way he yelled from his seat after he slapped him, he could have did that shit before he slapped him. He would have got the same exact reaction from Chris Rock. Because one thing that if any of y'all know anything about Chris Rock is so fucking non-confrontational. Chris Rock is not gonna fucking bust a grape in a fruit fight, my nigga. That nigga is not gonna throw rice at a wedding, my nigga. That nigga is not, he's not that dude, my nigga. So if Chris Rock would have said, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth from his seat, I'm assuming Chris Rock would have literally stopped in his tracks and said, I apologize, my bad. No more jokes about Jada. Or he could have did exactly what he did, walked up on that motherfucking stage, got within maybe about 6-7 inches from that nigga's face, just got real close and said, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. And then walked the fuck back to his seat. He would have got the same exact result, my nigga. He did not have to touch that man. Now that he did that, nigga, he really fucked it up for hundreds of motherfucking black people behind him. Because Will Smith, nigga, he's a multi-millionaire, nigga. He can literally stop making money for the rest of his life and still die rich. But who he fucked it up for was Will Packer. Who he fucked it up for was Samuel L. Jackson and them. All the niggas who got awards who didn't get, like, I think this was Samuel L. Jackson's first fucking Oscar. We ain't even know about the shit because of this shit. Will Smith won one of maybe 5 Oscars for Best Actor, won by black men, and we not even gonna remember the shit because of this bullshit. This stupid ass moment overshadows so much great shit that happened that night. And for what, nigga? Your bitch ass emotions? That's not fucking cool, my nigga. Like, all the niggas that's like jumping up and down for that shit, like, I ain't see a real nigga happy for Will yet. I seen a bunch of busters. I seen a bunch of niggas who ain't never gotten to a real fist fight before saying, yeah, Will, that's what you was supposed to do. I see a bunch of females saying, yeah, Will, that's what you supposed to do. But it's like, come on, my nigga, real niggas, no, nigga, that you don't do that shit, my nigga. Especially because you not gonna score no points on no shit like that. Like, nigga, you don't score no points on hitting Chris Rock, my nigga. You know, because everybody was saying, if that was The Rock, would he have done that? On some real shit, I'm not even sure, my nigga. Because when you in an emotionally heightened state, on some real shit, I done seen this shit before. Niggas will literally go on a suicide mission when it comes to their motherfucking emotions, dog. You know, something that I've said 1,000 times. I don't know if I said that shit on this show, but I done said that shit a lot in fucking conversations, my nigga. It's niggas who ain't never ain't never hurt a fly. But if they catch a motherfucker on top of their woman, they immediately become a killer. Like, niggas are kill and die over their motherfucking woman. And a lot of times, nigga, women, they look at that shit as like proof that a nigga love them. You know, like I tweeted that shit, I don't know, maybe a couple days ago. You know, basically saying like, you know, rest in peace DMX and shit. When DMX and Cisco did that song, What These Bitches Want From a Nigga. I think I know what these bitches want from a nigga. Nigga, these bitches want the ability to get you out of your cool. They want the ability to take you out of your character and make you do some shit that you usually wouldn't do. You know, and one of my homegirls, she commented on the post and said, how else would we know that you love us? And that's the fucking thing. It's like, nigga, like I could show you my love in thousands of different ways. But a lot of times women don't feel loved unless they see you get on goofy time. Unless they see you come up out of your fucking mode. Like, one thing that's been like a hindrance for me, as far as like me being in the fucking dating game now, women don't like the fact that I don't allow nobody to get me up out of my cool. Like, they want to see me do some shit that I'm not used to doing. They want to see me get up out of my motherfucking comfort zone behind them. And the thing is, I got 1,000 motherfucking ways of showing you that I fucking care. But what the fuck I'm not finna do is turn into a whole nother motherfucker for you. I'm not finna jump up out of this motherfucking box I've been in my whole life to prove that I love you. Because if that's what it takes to prove that I love you, then it is what it is. And that's the fucking thing. Like with Will. Will is the same fucking Will he's been his whole life. I don't know if y'all saw the video, but his mother literally just did an interview saying she ain't never seen that nigga act like this. She his mother. She's never seen this nigga act like this. Through fights, through, you know, the whole little bullshit that got his ass in Bel Air on the TV show, whether or not that shit was true. You know, that motherfucker said it in his book. His whole life he felt like he was a motherfucking coward. He's been scared of shit, running from shit his whole motherfucking life. You know, this is him as a man. You know, and a lot of times it's not wrong to be fearful. You know, it's fucked up to act out of fear, because to me that's bitch shit. But at the same time, sometimes some niggas wasn't raised to be violent. Some niggas wasn't raised to react in certain ways. And that shit is okay, my nigga. But you shouldn't allow no fucking person to get you out of your cool, because that shit could be detrimental to you, my nigga. You know, a lot of times, and this is something that I be saying about other people, my nigga, no matter how much you love a person or how much you think a motherfucker love you, nigga, sometimes people don't have your best interests at heart, and they'll fucking bury you. You know, you can't be a fucking slave to your loyalty, dog. You can't let loyalty put you in a fucked up situation. You can't let love put you in a fucked up situation. Especially with some shit like this. Because I know I wanted to do this motherfucking show about enforcing your fucking boundaries, but some of this shit gotta get said. Because it's like coming to me as I'm talking. You know, sometimes certain situations are not for your fucking reaction. Sometimes your reaction is way beyond the motherfucking situation. You know, it's like, are you really gonna equate protecting your woman with slapping a motherfucker in the face over a motherfucking joke? It wasn't like that nigga was an actual threat to her. You know, I could see if that motherfucker jumped off the stage and touched Jada. Yeah, slapped the shit out that nigga. It's a million reasons that he could have slapped the shit out that nigga. A joke ain't one of them. You know, and this is the fucking thing. A lot of times, like, we get defending somebody fucked up. You know, we get protecting somebody fucked up. It's not always cool to jump out your motherfucking character for every little thing, my nigga. You know, like, this is like the fucking, this is the misrepresentation of what an alpha male is, my nigga. Being violent don't make you a motherfucking alpha male. Just like how I would tell niggas, you know, and I haven't even talked about this shit on the fucking show because I try to stay away from gangster shit and street politics and all that shit. But just because you violent don't make you a motherfucking gangster. I know a bunch of violent ass bitches. I know a bunch of niggas that'll beat everybody up, shoot everybody, but they get in that motherfucking courtroom and turn into a straight bitch. Like, nigga, I know a bunch of dangerous ass bitches. Nigga, you doing all the fighting, all the shooting, beating niggas up, but you not raising your son. Nigga, you not fucking hard, nigga, you a bitch. I don't give a fuck who you beat up. Nigga, if you not raising your kids, you a bitch to me, my nigga. Nigga, you can't be no deadbeat daddy and a gangster. Nigga, that shit don't work like that, my nigga. You know, these motherfuckers be doing all this motherfucking shit in the street, and then they'll jump on social media and talk about it. Ain't nothing gangster about that shit, my nigga. That's hoe shit. You know, we got the definition of a lot of this shit fucked up, my nigga. Niggas got the definition of alpha fucked up. You know, you think because you talk down on women that make you a motherfucking alpha male, you think, oh, nigga, I don't do nothing for my motherfucking woman. I'm an alpha male, nigga. You need to have your ass in the motherfucking kitchen. You need to do this and you need to do that. Nigga, you think telling a motherfucking woman what to do is being an alpha male? 90% of these motherfuckers that be talking all that alpha male shit ain't got no motherfucking woman at all. Y'all over here on the motherfucking internet letting a nigga on a fucking podcast tell you what to do to get a motherfucking woman and he ain't got one and ain't never had one. What kind of bullshit is that, my nigga? Don't let no single nigga tell you some shit about how to get a motherfucking woman and he ain't never had one, nigga. You ain't never been successful in no relationship, but you telling me what to do with my shit? Get the fuck out of here, my nigga. That's the fucking thing, my nigga. Like, we letting too many unsuccessful motherfuckers tell niggas who got some shit going on what the fuck to do. We shouldn't even be listening to stupid ass motherfuckers. You know, like, that's the fucking thing, my nigga. Like, niggas ain't in the motherfucking position to tell you shit if they not successful in the fucking area that they trying to tell you some shit in. But motherfuckers love telling millionaires what the fuck they should have did. Y'all niggas over here calling Chris Rock a motherfucking bitch because he didn't hit fucking Will back. Another thing that I motherfucking noticed in that shit, my nigga, because, like, nigga, I was calling that nigga Auntie Wilma after that shit, my nigga. Because one thing that I fucking noticed, when that nigga hit fucking Chris Rock, nigga, Chris Rock feet didn't even shift. Nigga, Chris Rock was still talking. Nigga got slapped and didn't even break the middle of his sentence, my nigga. That nigga was like, smack, wow, and kept on motherfucking talking. Nigga, that nigga didn't step back. He didn't fall. He didn't spit no blood out. Nigga, Chris Rock, he did everything except say, nigga, you hit like a bitch. Cause that's all I saw. Everybody who watching this shit know, nigga, if you call yourself walking up and getting a free lick on a nigga, that nigga hands was behind his back. Nigga, do you know how disrespectful that is? For a motherfucker to walk up on you and you don't even fucking take your hands from behind your back. You don't even say, hey, watch out, nigga, hey. That nigga kept his hands behind his back like, nigga, do something. This nigga slapped him and that motherfucker kept on fucking talking. That nigga didn't take one step forward or one step back. Nigga, that nigga feet was planted. That nigga ate that motherfucking shit like it was a Tic Tac, nigga. Like, smack. Okay. Like, nigga, that's the reason all of us thought the slap was fake. Cause, nigga, how the fuck do you slap a man and that nigga don't budge, my nigga? Like, that nigga either got a fucking steel chin or you got cotton hands. And that's the fucking thing, nigga. Will not no motherfucking tough guy, dog. You know, motherfuckers don't need to be doing that shit if you not built like that, my nigga. You know, like I said, nigga, when it comes to enforcing your motherfucking boundaries, my nigga, sometimes that shit just ain't in you. You ain't gotta be a violent motherfucker to enforce your boundaries. You could be non-confrontational and still enforce your motherfucking boundaries. Somebody do some shit you don't like, my nigga, you don't always gotta take it to violence. You know, nigga, you can use your fucking words. Nigga, this is what we taught as grown-ass adults, my nigga. We not kids. You know, I look at resorting to violence as a fucking... That shows your lack of ability to communicate. You know, like, that was something that I learned about babies. Babies cry because they can't communicate yet. So, crying is their form of communication. I look at violence as a form of communication for stupid motherfuckers. Like, you can't communicate your thoughts. You can't get your fucking point across without resorting to violence. Nigga, that's a lack of ability to fucking communicate, my nigga. You're not like, you never really see two very intelligent men engaging in a fucking fist fight. You very rarely see two highly successful men engaging in a motherfucking fist fight. It's always broke ass niggas you see in fucking fist fights and shootouts all the time. It's always niggas who ain't got shit to lose. It's always niggas who ain't got shit going on. It's always niggas who ain't never accomplished a motherfucking thing, that's quick to pick up a fucking gun or ball they motherfucking fist up and knuckle up, my nigga. It's always an unsuccessful motherfucker that's willing to go out there and throw blows. So it was highly fucking disappointing to see Will Smith engage in broke ass nigga behavior. Cause like I said, I respect that nigga's fucking intellect to the utmost, dog. I respect Will Smith's intellect more than 99% of motherfuckers who I see on TV. I say that shit all the fucking time about certain celebrities. Like, I don't look at these motherfuckers as very intelligent people, but Will Smith is an exception to that. I look at Will Smith as a brilliant man. Not a great actor, not a phenomenal comedian or rapper or none of the other shit that he considered himself to be. Just a brilliant man in general. If you hear him talk, he says brilliant things. But this was not fucking brilliant behavior, my nigga. This was emotional behavior. You know, like I said, my nigga, pray for Will Smith, dog. Because for a nigga to be so fucking intelligent and to react so fucking primally, my nigga, like that nigga reacted like a little fucking kid, my nigga. That's some shit kids do. Like, you talked about me like, my nigga, even little kids, nigga, matter of fact, nigga, little kids even know, nigga, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, my nigga. Like, niggas was saying that shit in kindergarten. You can't, as no grown ass man, think that it's cool to hear some motherfucking jokes and think it's cool to go and fucking hit somebody. You know, like the people that are defending that shit, like I'm like saddened by seeing the level of intelligence that I thought motherfuckers had that's sitting here defending this shit. Like, no, you don't understand. She got alopecia and all. Like, you know how many motherfuckers done made jokes about niggas dead mamas and dead homies and nigga all type of way more disrespectful shit, my nigga. Do you know what type of shit we been saying on this motherfucking Instagram? Will Smith got motherfucking Instagram, nigga. That nigga been seeing some of these jokes, nigga. Nigga, we been roasting motherfucking Will Smith. Nigga, he can't just go slap everybody who make fucking jokes. Nigga, 50 Cent and all type of celebrities that nigga run into on a regular basis been making fucked up jokes about August Alsina fucking this motherfucking woman and all types of other shit. Nigga, the most disrespectful motherfucker in all of this shit is Jada, my nigga. He ain't slapping the motherfucker who really fucking him up. But that's the thing, nigga. This slap wasn't for Chris Rock, my nigga. Chris Rock was just the fucking stimulus that brought forth the fucking emotional eruption. And that's the fucking thing, my nigga. You can't allow motherfuckers to get you off of your cool. And Will Smith is such an intelligent, brilliant fucking mind. For me to see that motherfucker act like that, dog, that nigga needs help. And that's the fucking fucked up thing about celebrity. That's the fucked up thing about us as people and how we treat celebrities, my nigga. Like, we cheer this bullshit on like it's cool. Like, nigga, that nigga need to be fucking talking to a goddamn therapist, my nigga. But it's like we be so fucking entertained by this shit, like we'll literally watch a nigga crash and burn, my nigga. Like, we'll watch you do all type of stupid ass shit and laugh at you, and then you commit suicide and we be wondering what the fuck happened. You know, and I'm not trying to put that on the nigga. Like, I'm not saying that this nigga gonna commit suicide, but it's all types of shit that we watch happen, my nigga, and we don't be trying to get no help for these motherfuckers. Like, nigga, fuck posting memes and cracking jokes, nigga. Y'all need to get that nigga some fucking help. You know, like I keep telling motherfuckers, like, that nigga need to get away from Jada, dog. She a motherfucking narcissist, my nigga. You know, like, she get off on